Feliz Navidad, everybody. Feliz Navidad. I'm Victor Brick, and welcome to December's Good Old Uncle Vic. Lynn, Vicky, and I just got back from Lima, Peru, where we watched my son John play some basketball, but more on that later. First, the answer to the trivia question from last month: who was the national hero of the Philippines? The answer? Why, Jose Rizal, of course. Jose Rizal started the independence movement against the Spanish and was executed by the Spanish in 1896, thus becoming the national hero of the Philippines. The trivia question for this month is: who is considered the great liberator of Peru? Who is considered the great liberator of Peru? Email your answers to jamie@brickbodies.com. As I said earlier, last month, Lynn, Vicky, and I went to Peru to see John play basketball. He's playing for a semi-pro team in Lima called Club Real. We had a great time. We had been to Lima once in the early 90s, and we were amazed at how much the city has changed. We did a lot of sightseeing. We saw the changing of the guard at the presidential palace. We toured some Indian ruins in the city center where they actually did human sacrifices more than 1,500 years ago. We went down to the beach not more than a half mile from our hotel. We saw a wedding by the famous kissing statue overlooking the ocean. We met all of John's teammates who spoke English a lot better than I speak Spanish. My mother was my Spanish teacher in high school, and don't tell her, but I cheated my way through 2 years of Spanish, and now all I remember is albóndigas no te dije, which means meatballs, didn't I tell you? We were able to see John play a great game. We made friends with some great people, like the parents of John's teammates, Stefano and Diego. And we even found a Starbucks, which is an indication of how far Lima has come. The reason I encouraged John to play international basketball is the same reason that I encouraged Vicky to play international basketball, and that's for the experience. John isn't making much money, and neither did Vicky when she played in Australia and the Philippines, but it's the experiences you get living in another culture that really make all the difference. You learn to be totally sufficient, you learn how to live on your own, you experience in another culture, and here's the big one: you also learn to be adaptable. There are several long-term studies that show that the single most important ingredient for success is not education, it is not intelligence, it is not opportunity, it is not resources. It's adaptability, the ability to roll with the punches, the ability to adjust to the environment. As they say, the secret of life is how you adjust to Plan B, because Plan A never works. Now, I've never quite figured out who they is, but I certainly do agree that one of the most important secrets of life is adjusting to Plan B, because Plan A never works. The best example of John having to learn adaptability was when he recently lost his iPhone coming back from practice the other night. He was coming back late, he was taking a cab, he forgot the phone on the car seat, and of course the cabbie drove off without the phone. John started frantically emailing, asking us to call the cabbie, hoping the cabbie would pick up the phone and then would bring the phone back to him. Yeah, right. Of course, John never saw the phone again, and he had to learn how to adapt to life without a handheld communication device. He got a local phone that he could call people locally. He already had it, but he activated it so he could use it. He downloaded Skype so he could communicate with family and friends long distance. He's using email more, and most importantly, because he doesn't have a handheld device, which makes it so easy to communicate with people, he's reading more and he's writing more. So in reality, he's actually improved the quality of his life because he's learned how to adapt. I know I've said it before, but it bears repeating. The secret of life is how you adjust to Plan B, because Plan A rarely works. Now, I know we each have our own favorite secret, but this is certainly right up there at the top. Today's thought for the day: I am not the same person having seen the moon shine on the opposite side of the world, which is an anonymous quote. Now, if you'd like to pass this Uncle Vic on to a friend, you can just pass the link on to them. And if you'd like to look up past Uncle Vics or a text version of this Uncle Vic, you could visit our website at brickbodies.com. Until we meet again, that's it from good old Uncle Vic.